Okay, we are both streaming and recording, as far as I'm aware. Yeah. We're using updated software for the stream. Now I can do fancy things. If you go to the chat, like how I am going to, click. I'll just type a word here. It now comes up on my, to you guys, my right, but for me it's my left. And then I can also press this, and it goes into game mode. Oh, the chat's not supposed to be visible, so goodbye. It's a good thing I noticed that. We've also got some alert boxes, new alerts. We've got, they're quite funny, actually. I'm very proud of them. I made them myself. So we've got, for those of you that are going to follow, you can make Hagrid go, have him make a noise. If you subscribe, we're going to celebrate, and if you you donate money to me for some reason, I might just do this and pass out, because that's how I function, or don't, basically. Hey, Lilmanike, how are we doing today, my good sir? We're going to play some Need for Speed World today. If you're interested, can you guys see the game? Let's just make sure we can get the game visible. Keelon360, welcome to the stream, sir. Welcome. I don't understand why and how this works. Hopefully I have lots of money now, because I just did premium as well. I've got $35 million. $35 million. What's going on? I don't know, man. I'm figuring out how to use new software. Why are the vinyls not showing up in the garage now? Why is this a thing? If I go to customization and go to vinyls, will it force them to show up? There we go. That's better. I am on Night Riders, Lilmanike. Or Keelon, sorry. I also want to do a quick sound test. I've got a lot of power-ups now, I just realized. Anyone who is watching the stream and is also going to be joining, you guys can give me a friend request and I will just immediately accept it. So Lilmanike, you're right here. Compare drivers. Oh, you've leveled up since I last checked. You're 23 now. You've got a bigger driver score than I last checked. Yeah, so what, you don't remember when you ended? To be honest, I only just started playing a few days ago. I was about to tab out, but I couldn't remember why. Anyways, I am going to, go to the car dealer and purchase a bunch of cars. So bear with me while I go to my list on my phone, which is normally where I go to monitor chat. We're going to be buying a bunch of cars. So we're going to be doing this by make and model. So first we want the Aston Martin V12 Vantage. Cool. We're going to be getting lots of achievements here for buying lots of cars. Now we're heading to Audi, and we want this, the Audi Quattro, and then we'll go back to the car dealer. And I think after that it's the Audi R8 V10. We want this car, this gorgeous machine. Do we want a special version? No, we do not. Very good. Very cool. And we want to go back to Audi, and we want, after that, the Audi R8 LMS Ultra. A very cool car. Check it out. Very nice. These are all cars that we're going to be building throughout the stream series of this game. It's going to be a very long series, and it's going to be very interactive with you guys, the audience, which is very cool. Now we go to BMW, and we want the Schnell drag version of the BMW 1M. Cool. Very nice. And then after that, we really want the BMW M1 Pro car. Here it is. And we just want the normal version, not the Treasure Hunter version. So here we go. So that was the M1 Pro car. After that, this is kind of funny, considering that we still have the Let's Play going on right now. We want the M3 E92 Grip King version. Looks kind of nice. Now we want Where are you? We want the Street M3 GTR. We don't really care about what version, so we'll just go with that. And then we'll go back to the car dealer. We've got a lot of cars to buy here, guys, but doing this now will actually be kind of nice. We've got the M3 GTS. Very excited to get this. This is one of my favorite BMWs of all time. I think it looks pretty cool for what it is. We just want the normal standard version of that. Cool. And then let's go back to the car dealer. And then we want the BMW Z4 or Z4, for those of you that speak like that. Here we go, Z4 GT3. I don't know if we really care what version. I guess we want this version because that's the one that costs a little less. And we already have the Camaro. So we'll move on to the Elite ZL1. It'll be the first Elite car we get. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. This is so over the top. Yeah, alright, here we go. And then we want a ZR1 for sure. Is everybody still... online races are actually not that glitchy. I was playing a couple days ago with my friend April, and it was actually a lot of fun, and the synchronization is pretty good. You can also do random queues with random players, and that also works pretty well. It's not the best, but for what it is, it's actually pretty great. You know, it's not so bad that it's unbearable, even though it's not perfect. So I actually think it's pretty nice. You only have E-Class cars. It's very easy to get money in this game without paying like how I did. I had 15 million before I did premium just a couple minutes ago, so that I could just get this list out of the way. But it's very easy. Like, the second car I got was the BMW M3 GTR, the race car, and that starts out as an S-Class car, so it's very easy to get to higher classes. The only thing is that you have to be level 60 to buy the highest level performance parts, which that's a grind that I just finished doing. So, anyways, we want the ZR1. We're buying basically every car that I think is worth getting in this game. So we want the ZR1 A-Spec Edition. A-Spec Edition. I think that's awesome. And we're also going to be grabbing... We're heading over to Dodge now, and we want the Dodge Charger RT just for 100 grand. Fairly cheap, but I think it might be fun to build that. Fast and Furious style, maybe. I don't know. We shall see. Something a bit more modern and much faster is the Dodge Viper. I think that's a cool car to get. I think we're getting the Juggernaut version, actually, that says. So, Juggernaut version of the Dodge Viper, and it doesn't specify what color. In the end, it doesn't really matter, but I think we'll go with blue. Cool. And then after that, we want the Dodge Viper ACR. It's a weird, like, modified cop car version, but it's still an ACR and it's still cool. So here's the ACR in this game. It's kind of ridiculous, but hey. Okay, and now we want, we're going to Ford, and we want the Ford F-150 red Juggernaut. Here we go. Sweet. And then, car dealer, we want, after that, the Ford GT, a classic, a classique. Here we go, Ford GT. We just want that version, it looks like. Very nice. Ford GT was always an interesting car. I wonder how much they go for now in real life these days. I imagine a fair bit. After that, we want the GT40. Hells to the yeah. Alright, buying a lot of cars. How is everybody doing? Is the stream still working? Too bad the Dodge Demon isn't in this server. So they're regularly adding cars. They recently added the 2020 Supra, and a little bit before that, they also added the Veneno and the Bugatti Divo. So they're adding cars, and I'm paying attention to that and kind of contributing to that and all that sort of stuff. So that's pretty cool. It's basically just a matter of how long it takes to basically convert the cars to this game's specifications. I think it's I think it's pretty sweet. So we just got the Ford GT40, so let's go back to Ford. We want the 302 Boss. Yeah. And we want the Jag. Oh yeah. Oh, is this Carol Monroe? Is that who this is? This must be Carol Monroe. I know it's Pro Street, but I can't remember his name. Alright, sweet. We definitely want the RTRX. We can't not have the RTRX. We're going with this version, because this car is a badass looking car. Just for fun, we're also going to get a Ford Police Interceptor. Where is it? Here we go. And now we're going to Ford Shelby. Can't not do the Shelby cars. I love Shelby cars. Alright, so Ford Shelby. GT500 Super Snake. One of the most badass cars ever. We're going with the drag version though, just to be a little bit crazy. We might get rid of that body kit, that's kind of hideous, but we want the upgrade that we can get with it. That's what we really want it for, and that extra modification slot. Alright, sweet. And now we're moving on to the Jags. The Jag.
Because he's got a Jag.
So we're going over to Jaguar, and we just want one Jaguar, and it's the Jaguar XKR treasure hunting version. That'll be very useful for doing the daily treasure hunt stuff, because I may or may not have tried to do the day one, and then I immediately broke my streak. But we're going to maintain that by streaming a little bit every day and playing this game. Now we got Jeep, which I think is a car I'll have to build with Heather, because she's the one that likes Grand Cherokees. But here we go. And now we're moving on to the eggs. Green eggs and ham. Koenigsegg Agera. I wish the Agera R was in this game. I'm sure that's just a matter of time. The Agera R is a very cool car. Yeah, look at this. It's so nice. Might have to make it green just to be like green eggs and ham. Alright, after that though, we're going back to Italy. We've just left Sweden, and we're going to make a couple purchases with Lamborghini. That's everybody's dream, ain't it? And we're going to be getting a Lamborghini Aventador. Very cool. This is kind of like the roadmap, basically, giving you guys a preview of what to expect, what we're going to be building on this game. So what are we doing? We're doing the Gallardo, but I can't remember which version. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. So this is a special version. This was like a car you could only rent in the original version of Need for Speed World, but now you can buy it because community-run servers are awesome, and I thought it'd be cool to have this in my collection, the Tensor Gallardo. It's a little bit slower than the Valentino Balboni, which is something I already have, but I think it's pretty cool. Knight Rider server, MGS Speedway 03. Yes, this is definitely Knight Riders. She should get a Trackhawk. She does like the Trackhawk. I am not going to lie to you, Lilmanike. The Trackhawk is a car we have looked at in the past and went, oh, if only that was just a little cheaper, because, woo, imagine how badass she would be in that car. She'd love that. So she loves Mustangs and like muscle cars and stuff. She likes a lot of exotics too, but it's mainly muscle cars. But she loves Jeeps and the Grand Cherokee, so a Grand Cherokee with a big beefy engine, that's right up her alley. We want another Lamborghini. This was the Lamborghini I had back when I actually played this game, but when it was officially run by whatchamacallit, EA. This was a car I actually owned, like legitimately. Like I paid money to get this car, because a lot of the stuff in this game when it was run by EA was all just locked behind a paywall. It was a very pay-to-win game, which is kind of stupid, but now it's not. It's free. You can log in and play, and it's awesome. The updates are free. It's great. It's honestly so much better. It runs so much better than how it did with EA, which is pretty cool. We got an SV, Super Veloce Murcielago, very cool. All right. And then we've got a car that I've only kind of recently realized looks a lot like the Lamborghini Huracan, but I've never noticed before. but it's this, the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. It looks like something Alex Troy would drive, but this, you can see a bit of Huracan in this, which is kind of cool, actually. This looks like really low quality because of the matte paint. All right, cool. And we also want to go to, now we're going to Lexus. We're going to Japan. We're buying a couple Lexuses. We want to get a 350, because we used to have a 250, just like this. So I thought that would be kind of cool to build and have fun with. But then, of course, the other Lexus we need is the LFA. We cannot not have an LFA. The LFA is one of the greatest sounding cars of all time, and it is one of the most desirable. So here we go. And then after that, we're going to the British area, British region, to buy a Lotus. My favorite Lotus of all time, the Lotus Exige Cup 260. I think it looks a lot better than the Elise. Very similar, granted, but I think it is so much cooler. And I wish these were sold in the US, because they look awesome. I don't know if I would fit in one, but I really like them. We're going to take another plane back to Japan. We're spending a lot of money on plane tickets today. But we're going to Mazda now to make a purchase. And we're getting an RX-7. Where is it? Where is it? We're getting the Battle Machine car. Here we go. We're going to have fun with that at some point. And then after that, we're going to get a very nice car. One of the most sought-after JDM cars in the world. The Mazda RX-7 Type RZ. This is, of course, right-hand drive. There's only one left-hand drive one in the world, and it's sitting in a museum somewhere, as far as I know. All right, sweet. Now we're going back to Britain again. It's funny that, but we're going to McLaren, and we're getting a 720S. This is a car that has been modded in. It's not too expensive, but it's a very, very quick car. It's basically an S-Class car the moment you modify it even a little bit. And it's not that expensive, so we'll pick that up. So, and it doesn't look terrible in this game for a modded car. It does look a little bit higher quality in terms of the model and the textures compared to every other car in the game, but that's to be expected. Another McLaren we want. Where'd McLaren go? Here it is. We want the McLaren F1. So this was the only version of the McLaren available in the game back when it was run by EA, but now we can get this. The standard road car. What is up with the textures on the back? That's a bit weird, but we're going to get the road car. I'd prefer to get the road car. I'm hoping they share the same performance, because I don't particularly like the look of the Elite body kit. So we're also going to get another car that was already in the game. That was a McLaren. Where is it? McLaren. We want the MP4-12C, basically the first road car that McLaren made after they reorganized themselves. So I never had this car back when the game was run by EA, so it'll be fun to mess with it. We are now a 4-star car collector. Another kind of McLaren car we're going to get, is the Merc, the 722 SLR McLaren. Hails to the yeah. Look at this. Hypercar royalty right here. And we're just getting the standard version. It does look really nice. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. Is everyone holding up okay? You were playing when the servers were closing, so I stopped playing a year before the servers closed originally. Yeah, they added the Toyota GR Supra very recently. You need to buy the Charger SRT8. Is that in this? Let's check. Yeah, it is. Oh yeah. Is that the next car you're aiming for? There's some Juggernaut versions. I feel like the Juggernaut cars are the most useful cars because they have that extra weight. You sent me a friend request. I'll quickly accept that right now. This Mercedes looks actually really cool. Keelon 360. I will accept. Now let's go back into here and finish buying cars. So we just got the McLaren SLR. So now we're getting the Mitsubishi Evo 10. We're doing this basically alphabetically. Where is it? Here it is. And we just want the standard road car version. We don't want the Rio version. I don't really care for that. Now we want an R35 GTR. Oh my gosh, I'm really having to scroll every time now. So we want a standard R35 GTR. I think it's kind of cool that the Spec V is also in this game, so we're going to be grabbing one of those too. But we're going to give ourselves a bunch of GTRs to play with. And a whole bunch of cars to play with, not just GTRs. Can you guys hear me okay? Am I still like audible? Am I still reasonable to understand? Spec V. Just thought I'd check. You're level 38 right now. I just got to level 60. So, and the next car I want to get is the Hakuska. Is that how you say it? Hakuska? Skyline, like the original Skyline. Skyline 2000 right here. Very cool. Do we want a special version of that? No, we don't. We do want a special version of the R32, which is the B-Spec version, because why not? The R32 is a bit slower than the Z-Tune and its normal R34 counterpart. But we're going to be getting the B-Spec. It looks quite nice, actually. Cool. And now we're going to Porsche. I know it's probably a bit of a surprise, but we are going to build some Porsches in this game. We're building a little bit of everything. So first we want the 911 GT2, the 997, my favorite version of the GT2. I think this looks actually really cool. And I'm saying that. I think it looks better than a GT3, to be honest. All right, we got ourselves a Porsche. And now we are going to get the GT3 RS 4.0, just because. Do they still make a 4.0, or is that like a limited edition thing? Where is it? GT3 RS 4.0. We don't care about that special version, whatever that is. Get it? And now we want a 918. Unfortunately, the P1 is not in this game, but that's probably only a matter of time. I mean, we've got the Polestar in this game, so I'm sure they can put a P1 in, which I think would be cool. I feel like that's kind of necessary. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I can get this for free. It's basically just this car with a lowering kit. Yeah, sure. I guess, well, because I'm premium, I get three free cars a week, and this might be one of them. So I guess that was one of them. So that's cool. I got a free 918. Saves me some money. Anyways, we also want a Carrera GT. What are the other free cars? I should probably check that. Porsche Carrera GT. And we want the Ultra version. It's got all Ultra parts, as you can see. And now we're going back to Japan for these last few cars. We want a Subaru WRX STI. We cannot not have one of those. I mean, come on. I gotta represent. We're just getting the standard car. Looks a little bit like it's straight out of frickin' Baby Driver. And we want the Toyota Supra, of course. So here we go, Toyota Supra. And we want the drag version. Excellent. We now have every car on my to-do list. I'm unchecking everything so that I can start checking off cars as I build them, because over the next few days, weeks, months, I'm going to be building cars from this list. We've got a ton of cars. We just spent about 32 million. Fun fact, the guy who composed Doom Score did World Score, Mick Gordon. That is true, Mick Gordon did do the score for this game. He also did some of the score for The Run as well. Alright, where do we start? Should I also get those free cars too? Let me check the Discord. Okay, so we've got 3 cars here. They're all Porsches. We've got the Porsche Carrera S as a free car. They're all Porsches this week. So let's pick them up. We've got this right here. Oh, that's actually not a bad gift. I like that. That's a classic. And we've got the 918 already. Oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, I'm blind as well. I thought that was a different car. I just had Porsche dyslexia right there. We want... yeah, this. Sweet. Cool. All right, now I can really monitor the chat. All right, so I'm gonna quickly just drive around. We've got suddenly a ton of driver points from buying all of these cars, which is kind of cool, I suppose. So can you guys hear me okay over the sound of me driving? I just want to check that. Did someone else send me a friend request? Speedway. Thank you for the friend request, my dude. I really need to work on this wire situation.